I think this is my third, and this will be my last video of the solar box, as I call it, before I install it. And then, of course, you'll probably see some of the install process. I'm trying to make this as modular as possible because my van adventures are well documented and so far unsuccessful, but I decided I would start building components, and this is the major power component. In the bottom, you see the pure sine wave converter, which is a 3,000 watt converter, which is a lot more than I need in retrospect. But I guess better a lot more than a lot less. Over here, this Eco Power is an MPPT controller, 30 watts. And I did screw it into the top of my toy chest here. I do need to get some actual washers. I've only got nuts holding it, and this is soft wood, so I will need some larger washers here. I did put a little old style hook on the box, so I can just drop it down and lock it up if need be. Well, secure it. It's not locked. The MPPT controller also has underneath a hole. I put the hole in the back of the box, as this will be up against the side of the van. That means, here it is on top, that means that when I open and close it, I will not be using a lot of slack in the wiring. I built enough slack to do that, and then I won't be stressing it and straining it by making it a lot. Like putting it up here would make it a lot more away from the wall, so a lot more slack would be required. Here you see a fuse box. This is just velcroed to the side because I'll be taking it in and out. I won't be able to wire it in that position, but once I get it stable, I can put it in, and I can either use the heavy duty velcro, actually screw it in then. What's holding my inverter down is also heavy duty velcro. This thing is heavy, so gravity is doing most of the work. All I've got to do is prevent it from shifting from side to side, and that Velcro will do it. Over here on the inverter, you will see I've got three 110, 115 volt power outputs, the American standard. And out here you see I've doubled the number with 6. But I've also separated them, putting them each on different ones of these, so I can determine. That's why I pulled it out, so I can determine that I don't overload it. If I only need 3 connections, I only use 3 connections. If I need more, then, you know, I'll use more, because it's a big ASS inverter. Over on this side, you see the battery cables coming off the pure sine wave inverter, and coming through what would be the hand holes here, and I've got a fuse box on there, and it's currently got a 200 watt fuse, so that should be sufficient to handle the battery in case it goes bonkers and protect the inverter. So that's basically what I've got now. I'm thinking about what else I can add. I'm not going to add over here. I've got a, let me get this out of the way. I've got this NoCo Genius battery charger. I'm probably going to put that in or near the box that has the batteries in it, or maybe on the outside of the box. These batteries are heavy, so it's going to be a metal box, but I might mount this somewhere in the vicinity of it. Those batteries are, got 80, 90 pounds a shot, so I don't want those missiles floating around. Maybe one of my choices would be to put the batteries immediately behind the seat and then use the seat as a protective structure, and might make it less dangerous, but I still think I need to do something to secure those, something with a welding torch for those batteries. So that's basically what it is now. Let's see, what else am I missing? There's a remote power cord for this Eco Power. So you can actually see it remotely. Now I can mount that on the wall above it, and then it'll just be attached to this by one cable, so it can be easily removed. That way I can put it more at head height, or as much close to head height as you can in a van. There's also a remote controller of sorts for the inverter. Down here, you see it on my floor, which is full of construction material here. That's an on-off switch. I will just cut a little square in there and place that on-off switch and mount it outside so I can switch the inverter on and off. There could be some heat issues with this, so I might even mount some small computer type fans, run them off the inverter or run them off of run them off the inverter or the battery, or actually the fuse box, and cool this and exhaust it if necessary. But 99% of the time, the box is going to stay open. This is not trying to make this portable. It's just making it so I can start work and do it in a modular fashion. So I don't have the van wall available. I do have the top of this wooden toy box available. So that's why I'm using it like this. It's going to be a little bit low, a little bit compressed, but at least I can get some work done while I'm working on getting the van, which is taking a lot longer than it should have or should. But, you know, I've talked about my adventures in motoring lately. In any case, that's all I've got, and I want to give you a shot of the toy box, or what I like to call the solar box. In almost the ultimate level of implementation, is everything else is going to require wiring, going to require a little bit more precision sewing, and so that's it. I just want to give you a quick look at this and hope it might give you some ideas for you people like me who are having issues finding the van of your dreams. I'm just going to have to take the van of reality pretty soon, not the van of dreams. But, you know, I have got my power system at least nailed down, if not set up. Now, there's a good chance that I might be able to take one of my panels, place it outside, and, boy, dragging those batteries up the stairs are going to be heck, but I might be able to test that. If time goes by and nothing else changes, I might do that, but I just want to let you know I'm still in the process and still hacking it away at it. All right, I will talk to you later, and I will show you what I work on next. I don't know, I'm thinking about buying a stool. I'm a tall guy, and if I get a van that's less than 6 foot, I'm 6'2.5", in that range. So I could just bow my head and probably survive fine that way. But if I get anything a lot lower than that, it's going to be some stools rolling around my van. Okay, so that's all I've got, and I will talk to you later.